I'm Dr. Claire Reynolds, and I'm a urology and men's health specialist. Today, I want to have an honest, straightforward conversation about something that many men think about, but rarely feel comfortable discussing openly. It's about confidence, body image, and practical ways to feel better about yourself without resorting to surgery or risky procedures. Over the years, I've had countless men come into my office with the same underlying concern. They want to know how they can look and feel bigger, more confident, more impressive. And honestly, I get it. We live in a world where comparison is everywhere. And sometimes a thoughtless comment from a partner or even just our own inner critic can really shake our confidence. That's exactly why I wanted to dedicate today's episode to giving you real, evidence-based advice. Not gimmicks, not miracle cures, but actual techniques that work to help you feel more confident and look your best, starting right now. But before we dive into the practical stuff, I need to address something really important. If you've ever had a partner make you feel small, embarrassed, or insecure about your body, I want you to know that says absolutely nothing about your worth as a person. Nothing at all. A healthy, loving relationship is built on mutual support, respect, and lifting each other up, not tearing each other down. What one person might dismiss or criticize could be absolutely perfect for someone else. And here's something that might surprise you. Research consistently shows that pleasure and satisfaction in intimate relationships are influenced much more by technique, connection, and how you use what you have than by size alone. In fact, many partners actually prefer what we call the mushroom-shaped head because it provides more targeted stimulation at the vaginal opening, which is exactly where the highest concentration of nerve endings are located. So remember, it's not just about size. It's about understanding anatomy, building connection, and approaching intimacy with confidence and enthusiasm. Now, let's get into the practical strategies that actually work. These techniques won't permanently change your anatomy. That's not what we're going for here. But they will give you immediate, visible improvements in fullness, thickness, and most importantly, confidence. And that confidence, that's going to show, and it makes all the difference. The first technique is something you can do literally right before intimacy, and it's surprisingly effective. I'm talking about proper preparation with lubrication and a little bit of strategic self-stimulation. Here's how this works. When you use a high-quality hybrid lubricant, that's one that's part water-based and part silicone, you're not just reducing friction, you're actually creating a reflective shine on the skin that makes everything look smoother and gives a visual illusion of more girth. The silicone component gives that glossy appearance, while the water-based component keeps it comfortable and safe for your partner. Combined with gentle self-stimulation beforehand, you're essentially priming the pump, so to speak. You're getting blood flowing into the erectile tissue, so you're not starting from a completely flaccid state. Instead, you're showing up already fuller, with better circulation and with the confidence that comes from knowing you look your best. It's a simple preparation step, but the psychological and visual impact is significant. Now, let's talk about something that many guys dismiss as just a novelty item, but it's actually based on solid physiological principles, the vacuum pump. I know what you might be thinking. It sounds gimmicky, maybe even a little embarrassing. But hear me out. Because the science behind this is actually pretty straightforward, and it really works. A vacuum pump operates on the principle of negative pressure. When you create that vacuum environment, blood is literally drawn into the erectile tissue, leading to visible swelling and engorgement. If you want to understand exactly how this works, try this simple experiment right now. Gently suck on the inside of your cheek or your lower lip for about 3 minutes. You'll notice how that area becomes plump and swollen from the increased blood flow. That's exactly the same mechanism at work with a penis pump. Just apply it to different tissue. When you use a pump correctly, and this is key, You're drawing blood into the erectile tissue, temporarily enlarging both length and girth and creating an appearance of increased size that can last for a while after use. The key to using a pump safely and effectively is always applying a small amount of lubricant first to reduce friction and protect your skin. Whether you choose a manual hand pump or a battery-powered device, the physiological effect is the same: immediate swelling, temporary fullness, and the confidence boost that comes with looking and feeling bigger. Here's another incredibly simple but dramatically effective technique: strategic grooming. Think about this analogy for a moment. If you're trying to see something behind tall corn stalks in a field, you can't see it clearly because your view is obstructed. Pubic hair works exactly the same way. When it grows long and bushy, it literally obscures the base of your shaft, making you appear shorter than you actually are. It's like hiding part of what you're working with. By keeping things neatly trimmed, and I'm not talking about removing everything, just maintaining a tidy appearance, you immediately reveal more of your natural length. It's not about changing your anatomy. It's about showcasing what's already there. When you look in the mirror or when your partner looks at you, they can see the full shaft instead of having part of it hidden by overgrown hair. It's such a simple change, but the visual difference is dramatic and immediate. Now, I want to talk about a technique that has actually been used for centuries in various forms across different cultures. It's sometimes called jelqing, and in ancient Chinese traditions, it was referred to as deer exercises. This involves using a well-lubricated hand to gently massage blood toward the head of the penis, creating temporary engorgement and emphasizing that mushroom head shape that we talked about earlier. The principle here is similar to techniques that various cultures have used for centuries to gradually stretch earlobes or lips through gentle, controlled tension. Your penout tissue contains elastic fibers, and with gentle, controlled pressure applied consistently, you can temporarily enhance blood flow and improve the shape and fullness of the head. Here's exactly how this technique works. You create a gentle grip at the base of the shaft, then slowly and carefully push blood toward the glands, that's the head of the penis, and hold briefly when you reach the tip. This creates a fuller, more prominent head and emphasizes that mushroom shape. When done consistently over time and always with a gentle touch, it can actually condition the tissue to respond more fully during natural arousal. I cannot stress this enough. This must always be done gently and safely. Never tug harshly, never attach weights or ropes, and never do anything that risks injury. The goal here is controlled engorgement to improve blood flow and temporary fullness, not to cause damage. If something hurts or feels wrong, stop immediately. What's really powerful is when you combine all these techniques together. You're essentially stacking methods for maximum effect. The pumping gives you fullness from improved blood flow and suction. The jelqing technique helps with shape and emphasizes the head. The proper grooming reveals more length by removing visual obstructions. Together, they create a more impressive overall appearance without surgery, without implants, and without risking your health or safety. But here's something I want to emphasize as we wrap up the technical discussion. All of these techniques, while effective, won't mean much if you don't also work on your mindset and your overall approach to intimacy. No partner who truly cares about you should ever make you feel bad about your body. Focus your energy on building yourself up. Work on your overall health, your confidence, your skills in the bedroom, and the positive energy you bring to intimate moments. Confidence and enthusiasm matter so much more to your partner's satisfaction than size alone. When you show up feeling good about yourself, when you're present and engaged, when you're focused on connection and pleasure rather than just your own insecurities, that's when magic happens. Your partner will feel that confidence, and it's incredibly attractive. Speaking of overall health and natural enhancement, if you want to take your improvements a step further, especially when it comes to achieving natural fullness and stronger erections, I always recommend focusing on improving your circulation naturally. Better blood flow means better firmness, better stamina, and a naturally more impressive appearance when it matters most. One of the most effective ways to support healthy blood flow is through clinically formulated nitric oxide boosters, particularly those made from organic watermelon extract. These supplements are rich in L-citrulline, an amino acid that helps your blood vessels relax and dilate, allowing for better blood flow throughout your body, including to the erectile tissue. This isn't just about temporary enhancement. It's about supporting your overall vascular health, which benefits everything from your cardiovascular system to your sexual performance. The beautiful thing about focusing on circulation and overall health is that the benefits compound over time. You're not just getting temporary visual improvements. You're actually supporting your body's natural ability to perform at its best. Better circulation means more reliable erections, improved stamina, and yes, a naturally fuller appearance when you're aroused. As we close out today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Taking care of your sexual health and confidence isn't vanity. It's self-care. You deserve to feel good about yourself, to show up confidently in intimate moments, and to have a healthy, satisfying sex life. These techniques we've discussed today are tools to help you get there, but remember that the most important work happens in your mind. Confidence is attractive, enthusiasm is contagious, and when you combine practical techniques with a positive mindset and focus on your overall health, you create a powerful combination that benefits not just you, but your relationships as well. Take care of your health. Nurture your confidence. And remember, you have value and worth exactly as you are. These techniques are just ways to help you feel your absolute best and show up as the most confident version of yourself. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Dr. Claire Reynolds, and I'll catch you next time with more practical advice for men's health and wellness. Until then, be good to yourself.